So we're going to be looking at some of the best players under 250,000 coins. We've got 20 for you ranging from different positions just to show you what you can actually get for a very minimum budget. A lot of things will start coming down massively now. We're seeing team of the years under that sort of price. Team of the seasons that were over 1 million coins are now dropping massively. So let's rock through a few of them. I've only put one goalkeeper here just in case you've got new, because I feel like a lot of people have already got their goalkeeper. If it's Schmeichel, Martinez, Courtois, you've got, I already said Martinez, Casillas, Van der Sar. There is so many people that you could go for as a goalie, and to be honest, there's not really a wrong answer there. We haven't got no playstyle pluses on them, so there's no massive difference there, and stats are pretty the same really. The only difference I suppose would be the height with them. But when it comes to Courtois, he's very cheap, and to be honest, I feel like a lot of people managed to get him last year, or last week. So that's kind of number one. We move on to Ungard. That is the only keeper as well. I didn't want to have 20 players and 4 of them being goalkeepers. It makes no sense. Ungard is the next one. Now, these are going to range from kind of decent players to maybe you could get better. But in terms of the pricing, I feel like these are some of the highlights that you can get. And Ungard, as a lovely, I think a path to make your mark he was, you got a cracking DM here. Now, he's not necessarily a massive shooter. He is solid on that defense. He got himself the incisive, intercept, and bruiser, and the stats do not lie for him. Great pace, great dribbling, passing's up there. It's only curve and free kick that drop it. And then incredible defending and physical. Standing at 6 foot with a high, he is a perfect centre mid or CDM to get into your team. We move on to Jiru. Like I say, we are going up and down on positions here. There's going to be strikers, wingers, fullbacks, centre mid, strikers again. It's just going to be everywhere. But Jiru is always a number one shout. Like, as a team of the season, he always has it on lock. Great pace with the upgrade. Shooting's obviously maxed out as much as possible. Good passing for him. And then a decent amount of dribbling. You throw an engine on him. He's already pretty much maxed out his physicality as well. He's got himself the acrobatic, the aerial, and also the power shot. Now, the playstyle pluses technically, other than the aerial, are not necessarily the most meta, but in terms of how his in-game performance works, he's just rapid going forward. He's controlled lengthy, he works it really well, and I think for the price now of under like 40,000 coins for him, I think he's an absolute steal to get him. Now, the only big thing with some of the make your marks in the kind of higher end and also some of the higher end team of the seasons, we are in now the category where, or at least the time, they could get another upgrade. So be wary on who you're buying if you want to get a further version of them. I could definitely see a footage Jiru. Whether they get round to him, it will all depend on how many weeks they do each individual kind of cards, because it seems to be we're getting a lot of icon and heroes, not as many players at the moment. So it will be interesting to see how they kind of finish this off. Marquez, a new hero. Again, unfortunately, I can't show you the actual card design as mine is still broken. I don't know if anybody's actually got it fixed or if it's just broken for everybody, but a decent card nonetheless. I think for the price that you're paying, a quadruple playstyle plus, he's going to be a solid addition. He's got himself the anticipate, the slide tackle, the block, and also the long pass. I normally kind of liked him in the CDM role, but I think this card definitely suits into that centre back nice and easily. We have a new one in Bon Pastor. Again, another one with the not found. I want to say it's just the heroes. I don't know if I've got the icon ones yet. I'll have to have a look. I think the icon and heroes are still broken, but for me anyway. But obviously the normal foot is not. Now, Bon Pastor is a very good upgrade for her. I do think she's got herself some very nice stats, and Anchor is going to be absolutely solid for her. Like most fullbacks, it seems, she could easily play a job in centre mid. Like, you whack an Anchor on her, 99 pace, 90 plus defending, 90 plus physical. She's already got 97 dribbling and passing, as well as then the 95 shooting. Now, the one reason I'd say that is her playstyle pluses are good, but I would not necessarily use them as a left back. I think as a centre mid or a CDM should be absolutely perfect. A little bit of relentless, press proven, incisive pass, and the anticipate. She would definitely suit a CDM role. She's 5'4", so she's going to be a bit nippy getting around everywhere. The 5-star weak foot as well, and a cheeky 4-star skills. I would give her a go, to be honest. I think she's definitely going to be one of them ones you could play out of position. We throw in a bit of Torres as another striker. Love this card. I think Torres has been so much better this year in comparison to what we saw last. Last year, I just think the prime mid base, it just didn't hit. And even then, once we got the moments and a couple of campaigns, they were so far behind the curve that it just didn't even warrant playing with, to be honest. Whereas I think this version is much better. Rapid plus, fantastic. Little bit of a Travella, finesse shot and power header. It's absolutely perfect. It's flawless on them playstyle pluses. I don't think I could ask for better. You could go maybe with an aerial, but it's going to do the job of a power header anyway. I like the shooting, the pace is perfect, and the stats are just as good as everybody else. So he is, for me, a must if you are looking at him. Whether he does get a footage icon, I do hope so. But at the minimum, we could be looking maybe at an evolution for him as well. That is another thing. As we get closer to the end, I can imagine we will be given a couple of 97, 98, even 99 evolutions to see off this game. If he doesn't get another upgrade, that could be where you'd put this version of him, which I think would be absolutely spot on for him. If you're looking for coins to improve your team, head over to lootbar.gg for the most reliable and also the best coins around. Also, they have incredible 24-hour manual customer service that you physically cannot find anywhere else. But before finishing on lootbar.gg, make sure you are using JT11 to get 8% off coupon. Once you've gone through the payment, you'll be able to get your coins within the next 24 hours, absolutely guaranteed. Also, with the code, you'll be able to get 5% more coins on every transaction. Make sure you do click the link either in the description or down in the comment section below. Next up, we've got ourselves Lonzo. From one Spaniard to the other, beautiful CDM. He obviously got himself the 99 stat in shooting, which just added a different dynamic to him. He was a decent DM, he managed to get his upgrade, and playstyle plus wise, it didn't do too bad. First touch is nice, little bit of technical, long ball pass, and the power shot. Now, you could have argued maybe we would have liked an intercept or an anticipate instead of the power shot, or maybe even the technical just to add a defensive element to him. But I do think with stats, adding the anchor to boost up the pace as much, get a bit more physicality and defending, you could easily go with the shadow if you wanted to max the pace as much as possible, as obviously his passing was already very good, dribbling was definitely increased, and then the shooting went from like mid to high 80s all the way to 99, which I think is brilliant for the card. And he was already cheap, so it's not as if he was going up massive value anyway. So I think for him, another one that you could look at a potential evolutions as, I think even if they gave him a footies icon, the only thing to change would be the playstyle pluses in my eyes. I don't think the stats would be that much better if I'm being brutal with him. We have got Danny Almo, we just got the Spaniards in. Beautiful, I love this card. He is so good with that left stick. The 99 dribbling really helps this card out. He's got great passing, the shooting's great, and obviously the pace is as much as possible. The only thing he's missing is a bit of defending, which as a cam, I'm okay with, but a bit more physicality would have been nice as kind of just that extra little bonus. But I do think in terms of almost that magician in the midfield, the guy who has the ball, doesn't let it go, gets the passes off to the wingers, to the strikers. He is absolutely brilliant at it. A great pinged pass, great incisive pass. The technical I don't personally use, so it's kind of a waste on me, but it's still possible to get it done if you find yourself in a scenario that he needs it. He's got it. And a cheeky Travella from outside the box is never going to go amiss. I think for the price that you're paying for him as a 98 is absolutely wonderful. We move on to João Cancelo. We're back to the defenders for once in a while. I love him as a fullback. Now, he's one I can see as a footies, so again, be wary, but I think regardless, he's not going to be that expensive either way. But I think the big thing for him is he can play both fullback positions. If you need him at a left back, he can do it. If you want him at the right back, I personally would rate him there. I always like a right-footed right back. Whether it makes that much of a difference, I know in real life it clearly does, but in the game I don't know if it does that much, especially if they were to have the 5-star weak foot. It's whether it's a game, it's not real life, so it could have very minimal difference in comparison to in real life, but I personally prefer him on the right back if I can get away with it, and I do think footies is coming for him, and it's going to be a wonderful upgrade, as the 95 moments is still a brilliant card today, and very, very cheap, as I believe this week he is in packs also, so a nice addition to your defensive line. We obviously have Carfu. I think this is obvious card, to be honest. It is his Galazzo form, so that can be upgraded, I believe, in evolutions. He has got a great to the game, so that is always something to be wary of. But I do think with the great to the game, there's going to be few that will get another upgrade. I know a couple already have, but to go through 100 and something icons, I don't even know how many heroes we've got, like 50, 60 heroes in the matter of like what, 3, 4. If they go up to 6 weeks, that's still going to be at least like 15 to 20 icons every week. Not everybody's getting an upgrade, so I don't think Carfu is going to get one. By the looks of it, it might be just the 92 that can get the upgrade. Yeah, so the 92 Thunderstruck can go to 95. The 96 is obviously still the highest rate that you can get. So I do think he's a brilliant right back anyway. If you can get the grade to the game, absolutely all to you. He's currently coming in at he was an SBC, of course he was. So that's expired. So technically you can't even get him anymore. So that's even better. This is the only version you can get if you haven't done that SBC. We then have Liao, a beautiful left wing. Now his 96 is still 1.6 mil. Another one I could see with like a 98 footers at one point, but I think that's going to be too expensive regardless. So I would stick with this one for right now. If you are looking for cheap and cheerful, he was brilliant when he came out. Great pace, great dribbling, shooting's phenomenal. Passing, he's got it in the right areas. Good amount of curve, vision, and short pass. And then the physicality game being, what, 6'2". Still a very, very good winger. And even a striker if you should choose. The only thing I would say is Trickster, a little bit dead now. And obviously Quick Step. But again, could it get an evolution that does take him up a little bit, whether that's going to be for the 96 or the 95 or even potentially the 93 that he does have. I believe it's only the 89 at the moment that can go into an evolution, and that, to be honest, can go up to a 90, so it's not necessarily anything crazy. We then have Soloff, and what a striker this guy is. Honestly, I did not expect them to give him another SBC since having his Team of the Season one. Obviously, with the Team of the Season one, very meta-relevant. This one, just as meta-relevant. He's coming in for even cheaper value. He's kept the aerial, he's kept the Travella, and he's got Relentless. Now he's got Tiki-Taka, and also the Chip Shot Plus. Regardless of him, I still think he's going to be very, very meta in everything. 40,000 coins. He's worth a finish at a minimum. Whether we see another Peter Cech, this could be the Peter Cech of this year who just dominates from being that controlled lengthy. Obviously, people are looking for the engine for him. We'll just kind of shore up that agility balance. He's already got pretty much up there finishing anyway, and physicality definitely doesn't need an upgrade regardless. So he, for 40,000 coins, one of the best strikers you can get for a very meta purpose in himself. We then move on to Kulu, very good centre-back. Now he does have the anticipate, the intercept, the slide tackle, and also the block. Very, very good playstyle pluses for a centre-back. Great pace. He's obviously a footers premium, so he gets even better chemistry. Whether you'd actually need that with a French centre-back nowadays is probably not. You obviously are going to look at something like the anchor for him. He's got incredible composure. Decent amount of dribbling for a centre-back as well. It's kind of standard now. There's nothing out of the ordinary. The big thing that you're looking at is going to be them playstyle pluses, which for me, for 40,000 coins, is absolutely spot on for him. Now, obviously, people are going to go for either the shadow or the anchor. You could go for the shadow and just max out as much pace. Would turn him into a 97 overall centre-back. An anchor would turn him into a 98 overall centre-back. So you can kind of pick and choose what you want. I would probably just go for the anchor. I think he's got enough to go forward. Control lengthy, great play style pluses. Then he'd end up with 98 defending and 97 physical, whereas he'd just get 99 and 98 for the pace when it comes to going for the shadow. But still, for 40,000 coins, this is where everybody's teams just hit a new level. We then go into Baresi, another centre-back. Now, with Baresi, doesn't quite have that anticipate, which is massive for a centre-back, but he does have defensive playstyle pluses still. So he's still got an ability to be there. Intercept, slide tackle, bruiser, and then the broken aerial plus, absolutely perfect. Stats-wise, we're looking good again. Great composure, agility balance, good for Baresi, and then the defending physical is on that sort of level. The only thing with Baresi, unlike Kulu, is the fact with Kulu, he starts with 90 pace. It's not too bad to only get a +4 there, taking him to 94. Whereas Baresi, you kind of need a little bit more about him. Obviously, if you went for the anchor, you'd end up with 92, 99, 97. Would make him into a 98 centre-back. But if you do go for the shadow, he ends up with 95 pace and 99 defending. I think that would be the better shout for him, just because that extra pace is going to be well worth it for someone like Baresi. We then have Abide Pelle. Now, I was in two minds with him. I think for the rating, the fact that he's new, he's 97, he's a wonderful price of 85,000. Now, you could flip it. He's 97, he's only just come out. Why is he only 85,000? That's always going to be a big question. When you're looking at the likes of Lewandowski at 1 million coins still, Pelle at 12, Georgie Best at 850, you got 1.7 for Cantona. And then if you go a bit further down, like he's nearly as cheap as Bonpastor, Mascherano, and even Rodman's 500. Why is he so cheap? Now, the big thing for him, I don't think the Playstyle Pluses are that good for him. The Rapid is fantastic. Great incisive pass. That's good for the cam. The Trickster, a little bit washed. And the Power Shot, as much as it is a very good and useful Playstyle Plus every now and then, I don't think for him he needs it. I think he'd have been better with something like a press proven, a first touch, even like a long ball pass or a pinged pass. Maybe if you threw the finesse there as well, that was obviously a big shout for a shooting Playstyle Plus. That could be a little bit better. And also the fact we've got Dybala cam, Pelle cam, Fekir cam, Future cam, Abide Pelle cam, and there's probably some that I'm not even thinking about. They're all in the space of 2 weeks. We've got a lot of cams here, so it's a big opportunity for multiple layers of cams that you could choose. And I think Abide Pelle is good enough for the price. It's just the question of, is the price down because he's really not that good? I just think at the rating, how he is in game anyway, should suggest that he should be. We obviously throw Ramirez in there. Love, love, love Ramirez. I think he's a wonderful addition this year. He's just that beautiful box to box, no nonsense, gets forward. It's what you love. He's got the power shot, the incisive, the intercept, and the slide tackle, so a very good balance across the board. I don't need no acceleration for him. He's just absolutely rapid in himself. He can hold the ball. He's got the strength to actually block the ball as well. Defensive abilities there, little bit of long shot as well, and the pace has always been fantastic for him. From his base at 88 pace for an 86, he has just hit his stride every time, and 158,000 is an absolute steal for this card. We then have Modric. I mean, you cannot argue with a 5.5 Modric. He is an SBC, and he's only coming in now. I think it was like 230,000 for this Modric. A lovely 97, an absolute perfect addition to the game. What's hilarious is, that's a different dynamic. Why is... Yeah, it's a completely different dynamic. Like, we look at that one, he's facing left, and that one is, well, technically left and right. Very strange. But regardless, a great card. 97 rated, great passing, great dribbling, good amount of defending physical on him as well for someone who's, what, 5'8", 5'5", pinged pass, intercept, anticipate, and a cheeky bit of technical. The only thing you could have added is checked technical out and added finesse, but to be honest, I'd absolutely take the Playstyle Pluses he's got. For the price that you're paying, he's an absolute wonderful card on the ball. We also have Van Nistelrooy as another cheap striker, another one that's, what, 30, 40,000 coins, give or take. Great upgrade for him. He's got himself the power shot, the power header, the rapid, and the trivela. The only one he's missing is the finesse, which I think you could still get away from. It is still a very, very good upgraded card, and to be honest, it's kind of not really kind of got back to the best since having that winter wildcard version. We've obviously got him in his FUT birthday as well at a 92. Thought that was a really nice card, but it's the goalkeeper one that keeps haunting him. But for 49,000, it's a solid upgrade for him. He's got great shooting already. The dribbling's at a level. The pace is there as well. Playstyle Pluses are decent enough, I'd say. He's got the rapid, which is perfect. Engine is what everybody wants to go with. Obviously, having the 99 finishing, you don't need too much more there. You get a bit more agility balance. The pace maxes out. The passing goes a little bit of an upgrade. It's a stunning card. We throw in a bit of Ruiz as well. Fabian Ruiz, I will go with that. 5-5 with the 97 team of the tournament. Another banger of a card. First touch, press proven technical, with a bit of finesse shot as well, is a very good box-to-box. He's an easy one to link up, and obviously with this the Spanish lot winning the Euros, he's got a lot of teammates that can have around him at a very high level. He's currently coming in at 214, which is always a good price. And obviously for the play style, for the chemistry style, people are going for the anchor. Mostly lengthy, 94 on the pace, 96, 97. An overall of a 99 centre mid in game, which is absolutely spot on for him. And it just shows the levels that he's got. Maybe you could go for something like an engine if you really wanted to, but I would definitely say going for the anchor is going to be much, much better. And then finally, we've got Schneider. I love him as a cam. That is the other cam that I was thinking about, to be honest. He came out in the first week, already a 5-5 from literally the get-go. I think the UCL Hero was the upgrade, and he's had 5-5 since. He's great on the ball. His agility balance is perfect. The dribbling is absolutely brilliant on the left foot, and obviously the playstyle plus is decent enough. Good rapid, incisive, chip shot if you need it, it's a little bit of an extra, and a power shot. Finesse shot would have been the best one to get out of there, but regardless, his in-game ability is absolutely stunning, and the fact that he's this cheap is just perfect. And obviously, as we go through the weeks, it's not as if this is an unheard of card to be this cheap. They will all get to this sort of price. Once we get that unlimited grind, nobody will be safe, and he will be even cheaper down the line. So get ready for all of that. This is the list of the best players, 20 players under 250,000 coins. Peace.